I don't know how big my voice can be or if my voice is big enough, but I'm going to try and realize that the work that is out there is necessary. My name is David Hardy. I'm the CEO of Made by Change. I am a member of the 22 Love cohort of the Pahara-Aspen Fellowship. There has been so many inequities and injustice that was sitting underneath of a pandemic, and for a pandemic to happen to expose it. And so over the past year, it has just been an exploration of understanding a little bit more about the world, how it works and how it doesn't work, and finding ways to work through that to ensure that we are coming out of this pandemic with a better understanding of what we need to do. So I launched Made by Change with the intention to help leaders across industries to unpack the inequities that exist across different sectors of the world, bringing leaders across industries together to talk about these inequities and find ways to provide better outcomes for people as they interact with them in their own sectors, but collectively try to forge a pathway forward. So strategy is not done in isolation, but in a collective manner to have deeper impact. So I don't know how big my voice can be or if my voice is big enough, but I'm going to try and realize that the work that is out there is necessary. There were moments where I completely doubted my ability to go out my own and be successful and allow the world to see all of my warts and see all of the cuts and bruises that I've had over the past few years, and allow myself to be a leader, be a person, be a voice in a space that I was not naturally brought up in, if you will. And so I was worried, I was fearful that I would fall flat on my face and never be able to get up and try again. And so I felt over the past 4 or 5 months, there's been a lot of moments of validation and encouragement from people along the way that has helped me just continue my energy and continue my push to be a voice in a space to help organizations, big and small, become more whole, become more complete, become more action oriented towards truly creating liberation for their people so that people can be their best selves and live with happiness and joy and love. There's something about me as a Black man walking into spaces that I often feel as if there are additional eyes on me for a plethora of different reasons. For example, I can just pull out a time I just went to Costco earlier this week. And I had to return something, and they literally went to the videotape for 15 minutes to make sure that there was an exchange between me and the person that handed me the product, to prove that I actually had purchased the the actual product. And so those are just examples which, it makes me question, if I was not Black, if I was white, if I was someone else, would they have done the same thing to verify my ability or my actual purchase? My hunch is that they probably wouldn't have done the same thing. And so I say that because I think often what is lost is our ability to realize that we are all people first. I have a name. I have a ethnic background. I have a sexual orientation, and I just hope at some point, and through the work that we do at Made by Change and the conversations that we're starting to have through my podcast Penciled In, is just to realize that there's a way to get us back to this core foundation of what makes us whole, and that's us being completely human. I think the biggest step that leaders can do is engage in conversation as much as you can. And that sounds so simplified, but I think what we've lost is the ability to just talk to people and get to understand their story. Instead of asking the why questions, ask the how and the what questions, because I think when we have conversations and we lean into why does this person do something this way, we're putting judgment on that person, and that automatically distances us from their humanity. But if we ask with curiosity around how, and what are the things that make people great, and how can I support you in your efforts to become the best self that you want to be, those questions are inviting, and those questions encourage conversation and curiosity that will allow us to get to a better place of seeing each other. Everyone is on their own equity journey. I needed to meet people where they are, and understand that it is not an event of change, it is a journey of change for folks, and that I need to embrace and enjoy that ride. At the same time, I think my conviction has gotten stronger that it's possible for folks to create equitable systems and become more understanding of the social and racial issues that we have in our country, and understand the part that individuals play in that. And that has been encouraging. However, the biggest message I have is that in doing that work, there will be moments where folks are going to continue to grow and understand, and there's going to be moments in which they regress. And so I've become more patient while also trying to balance that same urgency. For those that are already doing the work, keep going. Be encouraged that there are other people side by side with you trying to do the same thing and trying to support communities and ecosystems to make the world a little bit better as well.